Morning! So why you should never restrict your carbohydrates. Why you should never ever cap your carbohydrate intake. So most diets today focus on cutting out carbs. And that's pretty much not far from the worst thing you could possibly do if you want to lose weight. So why are carbohydrates important? Well, carbohydrates are the fuel, the primary fuel of our body. Our body runs on glucose. All the billions and trillions of cells inside our body and muscles operate on glucose. Glucose is a form of sugar derived from carbohydrates. Our body converts carbohydrate foods into glucose. So if you restrict your carbohydrate intake, you restrict the amount of fuel you put in your body, the usable fuel. The reason why people cut carbohydrates to lose weight is because if you cut carbs, you're basically just calorie restricting, and you're upping fat and protein levels. You're calorie restricting. Whenever you calorie restrict, you will always lose water weight because you're not giving yourself enough food. Your body freaks out, ends up letting go of its water, so you'll lose weight temporarily, but then all the weight comes back within a few weeks, however long it takes, depends on the severity of the situation. That's why carbs are cut on these fad diets, because it loses weight fast through water weight, but they don't focus on the long term and it all comes back again. So if you cut your carbs, basically everything in your body is not going to be able to do its job properly. All your bodily organs and all the functions they're supposed to do, they're not going to be able to operate properly because they're not being given enough fuel. So you'll suffer from lack of sleep, poor sleep patterns as well, huge lacks of energy, lack of motivation, and yeah, just energy, which you need to do things in life. You just will lack it because you're not giving yourself enough fuel. I don't know a single low carber, someone who cuts their carbs out, who isn't reliant on stimulants. If you'll cut your carbs out, you'll become reliant on unnatural sources of energy from stimulants. It's just a dead cert, because if you're not giving yourself natural fuel and glucose, you're going to have to seek it from elsewhere, from some other source. It's the most commonly available stimulant around: coffee and tea. If you cut your carbs, you will be reliant on caffeine, guaranteed. And you don't want to be reliant on caffeine. It's a drug. It's whacks the hell out of your adrenal glands. You don't want to be running on adrenaline in your body. You should never ever cut or cap your carbohydrate intake. Check out this. This is 10 bananas, about 50 to 100 grams of coconut sugar, and a splash of hazelnut milk. It's the creamiest, sweetest thing ever. This is about 1,200 calories just for breakfast in here. And I know I'm going to feel awesome after. I already feel awesome, but I'm going to feel even more awesome after this. It's because I know my body wants it. I know that after I've eaten it, I'm going to feel energized, feel ready to do something. Just how you should feel every meal, after every meal, just ready to go. Right, I've eaten, fueled up, filled the tank. Let's do it. What's the deal? What are we doing today? You've got to rid the mentality of carbs make you fat, because they don't. I eat loads of carbs. Kenyans eat loads of carbs. Ethiopians eat loads of carbs. Rural Chinese eat loads of carbs. Thai people eat loads of carbs, and they're all skinny and lean, and they have lots of energy. Ethiopians and Kenyans are the best marathoners in the world. They certainly have enough energy for that, and they eat corn and rice. So rid the mentality of carbs making you fat. Smash in the carbs. And when I say carbs, I don't mean cake, crisps, chocolate and biscuits. I mean true carbs like rice, pasta, fruits and vegetables. So if you restrict your carbs intake, you restrict your amount of energy you're going to have. Carbs equal energy. If you want a high energy lifestyle, smash in the carbohydrates. Simple. See you for the next video.